Hello, today we're going to do a little combination, bridging and abdominals, and also we're going to throw some inner thighs and a little bit of shoulder stretching, pec stretching. So if you have a bar, a broomstick will work. That would be wonderful. I'm going to put it here to the side. If you don't have a ball for the abdominals and the bridging, you can do it without the ball. And again, if you have dumbbells, I suggest that you use your dumbbells so we throw extra work for the arms and also a little bit more kind of like support to do the abdominals. So here we go, let's start. So this time I'm going to start with my feet on the ground, the ball between my knees. I'm going to bring my hands up, and now every time I lift my hips, I'm going to bring my elbows down. Lift and lower and squeeze the ball. Lift and lower, and we go for 16 and 15. Squeeze the ball, and 14 and 13 and 12, 11 and 10 and 9. And stretch the front of the body, especially around the hip and the quad area. 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Extend the arms, lower the hips, bring the legs to tabletop, hands down, head up, stretch the legs out. Again, if you want to keep the legs at tabletop, keep them at tabletop. Squeeze the ball. We go for 8. Return, and 7, return, and 6, and 5, scoop, and 4, and 3, 2, and finish, hands down, head up, squeeze the ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pulse the arm with the ball squeezing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet down, lower the head, bring the arms up. And this time when we lift the hips, we open the arms. We lower the hips, we return the arms up. We open, we lower. We open, lift, we close, we lower, open, lift, lower, close. Squeeze the ball. We go for 8 more. And 7, give it a big squeeze. 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Finish with the hips up, with the hands down, and tiny little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips, return the legs to tabletop, arms up. Hands down, head out, stretch both legs out, and we go for 8. And 7, squeeze. 6 more, squeeze harder. 5 more. Don't look up, keep looking down. Flex a little bit more your upper back. 2 more. 1 more, hands down, head up, the legs are out, and squeeze the ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep it squeezing, tiny little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet down, lower the hip, bring the arms up, bring the dumbbells a little closer to each other. So this time when you lift the hips, bend your elbows. When you lower the hips, stretch the arm. If you want to do like me, that I'm flexing a little more on my feet when I lift my hips, go for it. You'll target a little bit stronger your hamstring. So be careful that it doesn't cramp. Breathe and exhale. And let's go for 8. 7, scoop. And 6. I'm kind of moving my elbows back and forth a little bit. As long as you keep the shoulder stability, it's not that bad. Ideal is that they don't move. 4 more. But again, if your shoulders are stable and you have that nice neck alignment with your spine neutral, we're good. And the last one, finish with the hips up, finish with your elbows bent. Squeeze the ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips, bring the legs legs at tabletop, extend the arms. Hands down, head out, stretch both legs out, and we go for 8. And 7. This is the last one. 6 more. 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Finish with the hands down, head up, the legs are out, and squeeze the ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pulse. We pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. So again, if you didn't have the ball, when I ask you to squeeze the ball, you can open and close the legs slightly, or you can just keep your pulses, and when you're doing your breathing, you can do tiny little pulses up and up and up. So again, the ball is not necessary. For this one, again, it's not necessary, it's just nice to have it. You can still do it with the ball, but if you have the ball, we're gonna add a little squeeze. So I'm gonna put the ball between my knees. I'm gonna be laying sideways. I'm gonna be, this time, trying to not sink too much on my shoulder, but I'm gonna stay slightly lifted. Point the toes. We lift the legs, squeeze the ball, we lower. We lift the legs, squeeze the ball, and we lower. We lift and squeeze and lower. We lift and squeeze and lower. We lift and squeeze and lower. 3 more, and lift and squeeze and lower. It's really hard to squeeze when the legs are lifted, and hold it and tiny little squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. We're gonna do it one more time, then we'll switch sides. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Scoop as you're squeezing. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Pelvic floor lift, and lift, squeeze, and lower. 4 more. Lift, squeeze, and lower. 3 more. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Last 2. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Last 1. Lift and squeeze, and just squeeze. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Let's switch sides. I know we're working both legs, but this time we want the other leg down. It's just a little different. So again, resting my head on my hand, keeping my toes pointed. We lift, we squeeze and lower. We lift and squeeze and lower. We lift and squeeze and lower. We lift and squeeze and lower. And scoop a little bit more intense and lower. 4 more, and lift and squeeze and lower. And lift and squeeze and lower. And lift and squeeze. 2 more. Lift and squeeze and lower. Last 1. Stay lifted and squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Here we go. One more set. We lift, we squeeze and lower. We lift and squeeze and lower. We lift and squeeze and lower. We lift and squeeze. Last 4. 4, squeeze and lower. 3, squeeze. It's a very tiny move. 2, squeeze and lower. 1, squeeze and squeeze. 8 for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Go ahead and put the ball down. Now grab your broomstick or a pole if you have, and you're gonna grab it maybe not as wide as the stick, maybe a little bit more narrow. And we're just gonna bring the arms back and forth. Actually, I'm gonna grab a little wider. My shoulders are tight. So again, if you have something a little bit longer because your shoulders are tight, go for it. If you need to bend a little bit your elbows, that's fine. But make sure that the intention of doing this is to feel the stretch through the chest, front of the shoulders, side of the shoulders. And let's go for 8 more. 7 more. 6 more. Keep that scoop. Stay elevated. Squeeze the waist. 2 more. 1 more. And now let's do little obliques. We're gonna go to the right. Center lift. To the left. Center lift. To the right. Center lift. To the left. Center lift. We go for 20. 19. And 18, and 17, and 16, and 15, and 14, and 13, 12, 11, 10 more, 9 more, 8 more, 7 more, 6 more, 5 more. Hug the rib cage in the front. 3 more. I forgot. And the last one. Now bring the hands a little bit closer. We're gonna bend the elbows. Bring the bar maybe all the way down to the shoulder blades. Not only the neck or the back of the shoulder. Shoulder blade. And lift. And we go back. And we lift. Pull like you're truly pulling on those springs and those rugs of the reformer. And let's go for 16, and 15, and 14, and 13, and 12, 11, and 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Extend, open a little bit wider, and we go for 20 more obliques. Keep the arms nice and low. If it's too much to have the bar right over the head, bring it forward a little bit. And let's go for 15, 14, 13, 12. Keep breathing, keep stretching. Let's go for 10. I messed up with the counting, but I corrected it. Remember, you can do this a little bit longer. Pause the video, just memorize what you want to do, and just pick and choose and do what it feels better for you. And the last one, bring the hands a little bit closer, and again we pull. Try to lower your shoulders as you're lowering the bar. And we go for 16, and 15, and 14, and 13, and 12, 11, and 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and open chest. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. I'm gonna keep the bar behind. I'm kind of like gonna rest my wrist on top of the bar, and I'm just gonna twist. Just loosen up a little bit your waistline, bringing rotation to your body. Now let's count for 20, and 19, and 18, and 17, and 16, and 15, and 14, and 13. I know it looks silly. Keep your elbows pointing down, keep the chest wide. We go for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Come back to center. Now extend the legs. This is it, it's just a stretch. If you can't reach to have the bar under your feet, let go of the bar and just find some flexion by grabbing your toes, the bottom of the feet, the ankles, the calf, the knees. Otherwise, inhale big, extend and pull the shoulders away from the ears, and exhale and forward fold. Find some flexion. Inhaling big, exhaling bigger. We're gonna hold it here for 20 seconds. Again, if you can hold a stretch for at least 45 seconds or a minute, that's really, really good. That's when you're gonna start feeling the difference, how you're elongating the muscles, opening the joints, increasing the range of motion in your body. And because of that, you're gonna get stronger, more limber, and less stress. And go ahead and roll up. And that's it. Stay flexing, forward folding as long as you want. And I'll see you maybe later. Bye-bye.